Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Thank you again for having me today. It's such an honor to present my work in this event today, and it's really interesting to learn about Patrick's um, project earlier. I would like to share a little bit about my project called Better Education. It is the first ever project that I've ever led in my life, and I chose to name this presentation all I can give you is education because this phrase is really important to me, and I will expand on that more through the presentation. Um, and I hope that through this presentation, I can show how a no experienced young woman led her first presentation and how my whole journey is started with just a small act of my father and from the influence of the environment around me. I also want to highlight the picture that I have here on the presentation. Um, yeah, so this picture was the picture that I took from when I visited the school for the first time where I executed my project. The I have the permission from the teacher, and I just really love this picture because of the young kid's smile. Her smile just melted my heart, so I would like to share that. Thank you so much. Next slide, please. So a brief overview of Better Education. It is a community service project that provides educational support to Cambodian rural children, as well as hygiene supplies, because this project happened just right after the COVID-19 situation got a little bit under control in Cambodia, and the students just came back to school. So I just would love to give them an educational support and also to make sure that they can come back to school safe and healthy as well. This project is a part of my SheCan application process. So just a little bit for your information. SheCan is an organization that supports young women from post-conflict country, such as Cambodia, Liberia, and Guatemala. They are based here in the United States, and they try to provide educational support so that women can come to study here in the US and also try to develop their leadership skills as well. So I got the seed funding from SheCan, which make everything that I plan become a reality. Next slide, please. So, why did I choose to do better education? The main reason that I choose to do this project is because I noticed the educational inequity. So, my grandma's always tell me that it's a privilege that I can live in the city and I can study in a good school. So, I'm always grateful for that, and I want to share what I have with other people. So, she often told me that the people around her village, the quality of the education there is not as good as the one that we have in the city. Most children often have difficulty learning how to read, learning how to write, which then also lead them to drop out of school. Another reason that added to why they drop out of school is also because they need to help their family, try to find income to support their family. So most of the time they just drop out and try to do farming or try to go to a city or other province to get jobs. Most of the time are jobs in like the fabric factory or on the construction site. And I also grew up value education a lot because my father always told me that education is really important. The phrase that I'm gonna say is very, I remember it very vividly because my dad always say that almost every time before we go to bed. He told me and my sister that education will take you everywhere. I don't have much to give you if something happened to me, but all I can give you is education. I am very fortunate that I have a family that really support my education and care about that. And even in the tough time after my dad passed away, my mom still worked very hard to try to make sure that both of us can continue our education and get whatever we want. So I believe that every children also deserve an equal educational support because it's education is really proven what my dad said is proven true. Education really takes me everywhere. From a girl who doesn't even have a passport to a girl that have a chance to come here to the US, study in a really big school and traveling to amazing place. So I just want to create a better education project to make sure that kids also gets a chance to explore what they want to do, to dream big, and to chase what they truly want. Next slide, please. So a little bit about the project process. Picking the right location is really important to me because when I think of this project, I want to make sure that I pick the school that are really in need of support. So I spend hours researching on internet of like where could I find the school that really need, and I was struggling. I couldn't find any. So I tell this concern to my mom, and then she was like, let's ask your grandma. So my grandma suggested this primary school. It's called Bumkratup Primary School. It's about 108 kilometers or 67 miles from Phnom Penh City, where I grew up and live in. It's a rural village in Preven province. So it's a little bit deeper into the village, about 10 miles from the national road. It might sound not a lot, but it's actually very far from the national road because most people traveling by their motorcycle. So whenever they need something from the market, it's really hard, especially books and every educational materials. There are 2,250 students, excuse me, aged from 6 to 12 years old in that school, which I think is perfect age where I should provide educational support because it's the age where they start to build their foundation of like readings and learning. So I would like to give support to them. It's also a very often overlooked school. A lot of Most of the school around the village, they got like public support from, for example, the mobile carrier company. They often got sponsor from those, but this school somehow always overlooked. So I visit that school, get to talk to the school principal to understand what the situation in the school is like. And they were really, really in need of a library. They couldn't get a funding from the provincial government under the reason that they didn't have enough students. So I really want to shout out to the teachers over there for their dedication to improve child's education. They using their own money to donate and try to buy books, but it was not enough. They was only able to buy 50 books, and they couldn't have like a proper bookshelf and everything. So I found out that it's really a great location that I should offer help, and it was in a good time. Next slide, please. So when I first think about the project process, my goal was initially to provide 250 more story books. I wanted to buy the bilingual one because I want the kids to also try to know a little bit about English and to learn more about English because they also have like an English class in there. But it's would be great if I can provide them more resources. And again, like I mentioned, hygiene's supplied. So to reach that goal on top of the seed funding, because it was not enough, I need to spend a lot of money on transportation since it's a little bit far from the city. I try to raise fund through Facebook, post anything that I could, ask my friend to help sharing that. I also try to put a donation box in the bubble tea shop that I work in as well. On top of that, I also want to create like a book lending system because I want the children to spend their time more effectively, make the most out of their time. For example, they can borrow a book to like read when they are at home because the student there, they have half day free, or they can like bring the book to the field when they try to help their parents herd the cow and so on. I also think that it's going to be a great chance for them to develop a passion toward learning and reading, and also maybe family bonding. Like their parents can help them learn how to read and like read the book together. So I create like a spreadsheet that have codes and the names of the books that I provided them, and also a tracking columns to make it more easier and convenient for the teachers to let the student borrow the book so that they can know who borrow which books. I also printed out the hard copy of the sheet that I made and also sent them the digital one for the school principal for the future use. So after the fundraising, it's actually very surprising to me. I
Both
received
collect the key.
a lot of support. Um, it's exceeded my goal. I was able to provide extra 100 storybooks. And then I was also able to provide them study materials like notebooks, pencil and eraser and so on, so that the kids can start the semester with exciting stuff. They have new notebooks and also snack as well, which I got from the donation that I asked on Facebook. And the picture on the right over here, you see the red tuk-tuk, that's what we call in Cambodia. It's full of the donation stuff of like notebooks and everything that I'm very grateful for. Next slide, please. So this project was a really big success. I learned a lot from this project. So one of the main lessons that I learned is the importance of a use-led project. So um, the useless project have a big impact on the community. It can inspire others to take action since young people have stepped up and shown that they are capable of making a change in the community. So this can be a big encouragement and proof that actually anyone can make a change. All they need is just taking a first step. And it's also very important for the younger generation as well. They can view this as a role model because when I was young, I always look up to the other people who are doing good stuff. And always think to myself that when I grow up, I want to be like them. So I think it's really important to keep this cycle going. This project also allowed me to create a stronger bond with my community as well. I got to learn more about this rural area school. I got to connect with the people in that community. So I think it's really important and very crucial in bridging the equity gaps and also to provide the right support. This project also deepened my understanding of social complexity and it fueled my passion to create a greater impact in the future. And I'm looking forward to provide more to my community. And I would like to end this presentation with a call to action. I would urge the international community to invest in developing countries. I think this is the perfect stage since it's a global event. So I would like to urge the international community to try to create more opportunities, especially for the young change maker, which Patrick's project already show that mentorship and so on. So it can be a really great program. Program like She Can, who supported me for my education and leadership development, have completely changed my life. So it's really important to like offering those kind of support. And another thing would be to try to collaborate with like the local high school. So if you would like to collaborate with that developing country, it would be crucial to like don't overlook the local high school instead of like jumping to the international school where you might find like easier connection. But I think it's really important to like try to seek the most vulnerable community so that you can make a greater impact as well. Yeah, next slide. But that's it for my presentation. Thank you so much for your time and giving me the chance to share about my journey. I hope that my story show that no act is too small to create a change. And also sometimes it just takes one opportunity to open a world of possibility. Thank you so much.